Let's start from the start, shall we, Stevie? In that we're used to Liverpool coming out the blocks in these games, really pressing high, the Anfield crowd, everyone getting in on the opposition. We saw none of that.
No, sitting back.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, you have to think that that was the message that Klopp sent them out with, because we're used to straight off the bat getting after it, as I said. But this was sit deeper a little bit, and then gradually we'll go forward as they pass it about, which didn't work. But they continued to do that. At no stage did Liverpool go full throttle, closing the ball down. They were trying to be calculated. That's not when Liverpool are at their best. Liverpool are at their best when they put pressure on the opposition right from the get-go, right on top of their own box. They didn't do that at all, and they paid the penalty for it.
Why don't we see the goals?
You can't criticise Bayern Munich. They've got a defence that's okay. They're catching Dortmund in the Bundesliga, but they've got a defence that's been torn apart at times in the Bundesliga. It's been really shaky. Sula and Hummels as a partnership, but Liverpool didn't really test them enough, and you can't blame them for not having a proper shot on target. They kept it tight with the three in the middle. They didn't push up the field too high to allow the runners in behind, and they soaked up what pressure there was. I think the difference with Liverpool is last year's Liverpool were far more dynamic. Although they're having a better season, certainly domestically, last season's Liverpool were a kind of all-guns, dynamic, blazing, shut them down, 100 mile an hour from the start. They've been like that sometimes this season, but not all the time. He's kind of pulled the reins a little bit in certain matches where they've not come out the blocks.
So is this Klopp's doing? Like the way we saw them start the match today, was this...
Well, if you watch them this year, they haven't been flying out the blocks as often as they were last year. They've been a little bit more conservative. And actually, I think tonight needed a little bit of the Liverpool of last year.
Yeah.
Absolutely needed, as Stevie said, to get the Anfield crowd buzzing from that first minute and put them under pressure, put Sula and Hummels under pressure.
When we had to force it a little bit, it was not a day where it clicked in the first minute, and then from that moment on you could get it. And you saw it. Bayern is physically very, very strong, and it's difficult to come through. And then we made our life a bit more difficult, even with the last pass today. I think, I don't know how often, it looks like 10, 12 times. But it was a promising situation. Started either a good counter-attack or we're around the box, won the ball back, and we gave it immediately, shot them in their legs again. So it doesn't make, of course, too much sense. So the positive is, of course, the result is absolutely okay, the best draw you can get. But, yes, we can play better, we should play better. But tonight it was like this, it was a big fight. First half we had the bigger chances, even when they came... Well, how I said, we forced it. I can't remember second half chances on both sides. And the other game was 0-0 as well, so it was not a Champions League night, obviously, from that point of view. But for us, it's absolutely okay. This tie is not over. We said that we have to create a basis tonight, which we can use in the second leg, and that's obviously from result point of view, it's absolutely okay. It's not a dream result, but it's a good one, and we can work with that.
They were very disciplined. I mean, they're full-backs that you would expect to be bombing on. They didn't. So they had a plan and they stuck to it.
That's what I said before the game. If Bayern is kind of in a trouble, then they get really serious, let me say it like this, and that's how it is. So they didn't. If they would have been full of confidence tonight and playing easy football, we would have had more space. But so we didn't have, and you saw it. Both centre half pairing had a lot of ball and played around. Both teams were waiting for the trigger when you can press and stuff like that. So that's really intense for the front three and pretty much for everybody. So then not a lot of things happened. We had our moments, but in these moments you have to score. That's how it is. And then the game changed completely. But because nobody scored, and you saw that in the last couple of minutes Bayern was like shooting the ball away, cramps here and there, so it was an intense game for both sides. But yeah, it was not a game you will remember in 20 years, let me say it like this, but it's the game we had and it's the result we have, and now we work with that.
A couple of individuals. Jordan Henderson had a great game, put in a lot of work, and Fabinho, of course, the question mark of him moving into the back four, he was excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's first of all a clean sheet without a big man, and probably not a lot of people would have expected that, so that was very good. Defending in general was good. So and of course Hendo did a brilliant job there. So it's unbelievable how many balls he won back and stuff like that. That was a fantastic game from him. But that's actually what we expect as well. So that how I said, a lot of things were really good. We played against an outstandingly good side, and each mistake you make, and then it gives you a big, cause you a big problem. And so I'm not over the moon, but I'm completely okay with the game. And so now let's recover and play against United, which will be another tough one.
Good luck.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
The point is, they'll be fine. They'll get through at the Camp
Well, they
Nou.
should.
But big picture, obviously, their aim is to win the Champions League. I've seen Real Madrid do it in 3 successive seasons, but the way they're playing, they won't.
Well, they're going to need Suarez to step up again.
Yeah.
Because we know he's a great player, but he's having a down time at the moment, and it happens. I was watching this second half, and the amount of times Messi had the ball about 25, 30 yards from goal in a central area, and he was dribbling one way and dribbling another, and he was trying to pop it off to people, but it was so tight in there, and Leon had so many men back behind the box, and they could never really get it wide early enough and get some decent in to not allow the Leon defenders to get set. It was just a frustrating night for them. It's one where they have that much possession. Normally they do create enough clear-cut chances to win a game. Tonight it was a little bit of both. A couple of chances, but some poor finishing.
Welcome into extra time after an exciting Champions League day.
What?
No goals, but
Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be
yeah,
better.
Atleta Juve will really serve them up. Why do you go into a different studio on Champions League days? Very observant. Basically, what happens is that Fuera de Juego normally have our studio after us. That is the ESPN Deportes version, kind of ESPN FC. However, they do a wraparound.
A little bit more structured than our show.
Yeah.
By the way. Yes.
Well, they have a script and things.
They're more serious.
You used to be on it. You
Well,
used to be on it.
I do every so often, but apparently I'm too much of a departure
Really?
for what they do.
So they're first class and we're economy.
Yes, and then they do a wraparound show around the Champions League in our studio, so we have this one.
Are they a bit more on script?
No, they're more.
As we don't
Yes.
don't have a script.
Correct.
Well, we have a rough.
Correct.
I mean,
Where's
rough. We have
where's
a
your
rough.
script?
Well, we don't have scripts. He's got the rundown.
Yeah,
We just have a rundown. They've got.
We're more flexible.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I don't think there are many shows quite like ours with regards to its
No.
flexibility.
We're very flexible.
I'm not quite sorry, are we?
No, we're not. This is not sorry ball.
I can squeeze him into any show.
That is not sorry right now.
I can squeeze him into any show. I'll tell you, he'll be back tomorrow again in the Champions League. Sorry, Will.
Why can't Craig host Extra Time as the next
Well,
race?
why would it? Why
Why
would
don't you
it?
just switch over the new?
No, I don't think.
No, the chair's too high up. It would look silly.
Can you bring those ladders back so we can get him off his chair?
Get the cushions off the chair. I'll come over. Get the cushions
Yellow
off.
pages.
Get the cushions off.
Steve Nicker, how are you feeling?
Disappointed.
In life or the result?
The result, the performance more than anything else. Listen, I can take a bad result like the next man, but
Like, no, what gets me? What gets me?
what?
This isn't actually.
It's not a pocket square.
It's not a pocket square. It's
yeah.
actually the. It's the inside.
of the
inside the
bucket.
jacket.
It's the inside of the pocket.
Oh,
Well,
secrets out.
As if
tell
you
you
don't
what-
know why I'm doing
I
that.
tell you what, it saves money.
Do you know why I
That
did that?
saves-
Do you know what I did? To
What?
take the mickey out of the likes of you with a stupid pink thing, and him, I was sitting with your daft thingy, so I just did that. I thought, you know what, I'll take
Right.
the mickey out of
He's
them.
a
Hey, I've
coloniser.
got one and all.
He's a
There
coloniser.
you go.
You won't get that on
Hey,
Fuera.
No, no.
Hey,
You won't get that.
This is what I mean. When El Juego doesn't talk about these sort of things.
What about those mugs buying those pocket things? What do you call them?
Pocket squares.
Pocket squares. I'll just pull the inside out. Job done.
There
Who
you
needs
go.
to spend money? It's mugs.
Stevie, have you ever broken furniture when watching Liverpool?
No,
Never kicked anything,
No.
smashed anything?
no, I've never broken it.
You're not exactly calm when you watch Liverpool.
No, I've come out with some things that probably I shouldn't have, as far as verbally. But no, I haven't broken anything.
What about the? I know you weren't watching the game, but what was the short story about the barbecue that went for a swim?
Oh, yeah. Didn't you throw it in a...
Oh, why, that's right. I threw it back. I bought this barbecue. We had just moved to the country
Oh, posh.
and we didn't have anything at all. So I went out and bought this pretty cheap barbecue and I
Unsurprised.
couldn't get it up. And we were by a...
So that's a grill, yes, if we were
Yeah.
to America?
Yeah, and
Did it not call
we
it
were
barbecue
by,
over here?
we were by a stretch of water, and I got to the point where I had enough. So I picked it up, carried it over to the side of the water, and threw it in.
What did you tell Mrs. Nicol?
I just told her to throw it in the water.
But, so you hadn't used it once?
No.
Yeah, you haven't
couldn't put
built
it
it.
up. It was doing my head in. So I chopped it.
What stage of construction do you reckon
Yeah.
it was at?
Oh, I don't get it.
Get out the box.
I wasn't getting far. I wasn't.
The rapper?
I wasn't far.
Is Suarez finished?
No, I don't think he's finished, but he's going through a rough one right now.
Yeah.
At some point last season, we were having this same conversation, and he seems to turn it around. But they do need him to turn it around. Barcelona does, because it is limited in terms of the guys that can score goals for Barcelona. It's becoming a lot of Messi and not enough from everybody else.
Give him that start. Somebody said it.
I didn't send it to somebody on Twitter.
Well, you
One
don't
of the
send-
journalists on Twitter.
So you don't send stuff on Twitter?
He posted it.
Oh.
Well, you're not on it now, so it don't matter. Although some guy
No,
was
you don't send it on Twitter. You post it. I do beg your
Somebody
pardon.
was begging for you to come back on today. The gentleman said, please ask David to come back on. I said, his account is still activated, only for the reason he doesn't know how to deactivate it. But it is still there, so there is a chance.
Oh, there's a chance. No chance.
One of the English journalists
Right.
put a stat out that said the last time Luis Suarez scored an away goal in the Champions League, Brendan Rodgers was still Liverpool manager.
Wow.
I have to believe that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot again.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
So I don't know how true it is. I don't know.
It's that time of year again, Ali. Can Atlanta win the CONCACAF Champions League? That kicks off tonight, doesn't it?
It does, and there's a lot of excitement surrounding Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think rightfully so. If Frank de Boer and this team really gets behind the idea of committing themselves to competing properly in CONCACAF Champions League, I do think that they have an opportunity, just the same way that Toronto had an opportunity last season. However, be careful what you wish for,
Yeah, look what
and that
happens
you
to them.
sacrifice success in MLS because you go after CONCACAF Champions League.
Final question. In honor of today's goalless games, what's your favorite kind of donut?
Oh, no question.
Boston cream is mine.
No. Glazed donut, Krispy Kreme, 100%.
Boston cream.
Original Krispy Kreme.
I don't eat donuts.
You don't do donuts?
No, I just...
Not had one for a long time.
Oh, we've got to wrap this up quick, apparently. All right, thank you very much. ESPN FC,
Krispy Kreme.
back on your screens tomorrow. We'll be discussing
100%.
Juve Atleti and Schalke Manchester City.